Hello, this is Sarita, and I'm here to help you understand the truth about who you are. So I just wanted to have a chat with you today about how it could be if we could surrender our heart's desires to the divine. And then after that, I'm going to share a meditation that I've created for you so that you can experience this. And I wanted to share this with you because I've had quite a difficult couple of weeks, very challenging and very revelatory as well, as always, which is what always happens when I'm being challenged in my life, whether that's physically, emotionally, mentally or spiritually. And it's been a bit of all of those in the last few weeks. And I was really on my knees, really suffering, in fear, paralyzed, in perpetual fight or flight, which I know many of us are experiencing at the moment, and no wonder why. We are being bombarded night and day with fear propaganda, with energetic infiltrations. We are in a war on consciousness, and if you are a sensitive soul, which I imagine all of you are, that's why you're on this channel, and you're deliberately sensitizing yourselves so that you can begin to tap into higher levels of awareness and your 6 and 7 senses. Then you are going to be finding the current energies challenging. And I know that they're challenging for all of you as well, because I'm speaking to so many of you. And so I've been on my knees, really struggling. And in a nutshell, my fear has been coming from worrying about what's going to happen to future generations of children, and on a very personal level to my own 2 children who I love more than anything in the world. And I've been carrying this weight, if you like, of trying to affect change and wondering what on earth I could do. And every time I stepped out in the world, it all just seemed to be getting worse. You know, the illusion is coming at us, and it just seems so real. The darkness, the density, the control matrix, the inversion, the artifice of it all seems to be coming at us thick and fast. And on a soul level and on a spiritual level, I really do understand that we're in an ascension. I actually feel quite positive about the whole thing. And I understand why it's happening and the need for us to allow the old paradigm to fall away, and in its destruction to see it very clearly for what it is, so that we never do this again, so that we can move into a higher level of reality with the wisdom of what we have the potential to create if we are not authentic and sovereign. So I understand the importance of all of that. But at the same time, I think I've been very paralyzed by being in a perpetual state of fight or flight. And I think that many of us are in this state, and we're very traumatized. And for many of us who've done a lot of our inner work, we're really feeling the depths, the dregs of that trauma as it's coming up to be healed and transmuted. And it's huge. And what I realized in my suffering over the last few weeks, and I realized this because, as I said, I was on my knees and I had really no choice but to start listening with a lot more clarity to spirit. And in a way, I had to surrender myself to spirit, because I was feeling so traumatized by the whole thing. What I realized is that we are such a traumatized species that we have completely forgotten how to trust anyone or anything to help us, including the divine. So however much I can trust spirit, you know, when I'm giving a healing for someone, or in the middle of ceremony, or loads of instances, I trust spirit. You know, I work with my soul, I trust the divine, I talk to God. There are many instances, you know, in my life and throughout my day where I do that. What was happening was I think fundamentally I was realizing that at a really deep level I didn't really trust, and that was a hard lesson to learn. And I think at fundamental levels many of us don't really trust, and it brings to mind that, when you have a baby and you throw it up in the air and it's giggling, and you catch it and you throw up and it's giggling and you catch it. The baby just doesn't have any concept that you could drop it. It doesn't have that concept. It's in complete and utter trust. And I think this is what we've got to get back to in order to create the new heaven upon earth that so many of us are longing for. And truly, we are such powerful creators. We are the divine in expression. It is within us and all around us. And if we could relinquish our distrust of everyone and everything, including the divine and the future and what may happen, and all of those things, if we could relinquish that distrust, which is arising from trauma, basically, then we could hand over our deepest desires to the divine. We could surrender them to the divine, and they would manifest with much more efficacy and ease. I'm just going to turn this around because I've got a bit of a shadow on me. Okay, so that's what I really realized. And as I was realizing this, truly realizing this, because I am a good manifester, I've manifested so much stuff in my life. I mean, I have a perfect life, basically. So I know that with manifesting, you put your order out, then you absolutely let go of the how and when, and you surrender the whole process to the divine, knowing it will be brought to you with divine timing in a completely perfect way, with an abundance of extras on top of it if you haven't limited yourself. I know that. I've done that a million times. It's what I teach. But in the current circumstances, what I've realized with all the trauma rising, that I really felt like I couldn't let go of this, what was occurring on the planet at the moment. I felt like if I dropped a ball, my children's lives would be destroyed. And I think it's a mistake for each one of us to think that we can effect change in the world without the divine. And what I realized is that I'm really going to have to trust in order for my wildest dreams to come true. Because what I realized was I'm going about my day, doing my practices, all this kind of stuff. But really what was going on is I'm running this narrative in the back of my head. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if this person dies? What if this happens with the government, or that happens? I mean, I'm just like running this narrative of horrific fear programming. It's so bad. And it's like running in my subconscious mind, even while I'm doing all of my practices and doing my YouTube channel and trying to help lots of people and stepping up into service to others and all of that kind of stuff. What I really was doing is splitting myself into separation. I'm like running one narrative, creating a new future, and running another narrative rooted in trauma, fight or flight, separation, fear and anxiety. And the thing is that the divine loves me so much, loves you so much, loves me so much, that it's going to bring me exactly what I order. And so what I've been ordering is a kind of horror story and a heaven on earth, all mixed up together without really any coherence or clarity. And this is the perfection in the whole process. This is why I was really beginning to understand the perfection of how creation works. You are brought exactly what your heart's desire is. The divine loves you so much, it would never judge you or try and change what you are thinking and feeling for its own gains. It just brings you exactly what you are thinking and feeling. That's the perfection of creation. And because the inverted matrix thought control, mind, fear, propaganda machine is just so clever and so ingrained and so intense and perpetual, many of us are running around really in chaos, putting out very mixed signals. We're putting out fear mixed with trying to create something new, with trying to transmute, and it's all just like a kerfuffly mess. And so that's what we're manifesting. And the thing is, if we could just pause, step 100% into the now moment with grace, choose our heart's desire from the now moment, not from our past conditioned states or the fear that is waging war upon and within us, and obviously of which we've permissioned. If we could come into this now moment and choose our real heart's desire and hold that as the divine child, the child that gets thrown in the air and knows it will not be dropped by its parent. If we could give that trust with our heart's desire to the divine mind, really truly in the moment, then it will be brought to us, and then we are really powerful creators. And so I really think we need to just get back to this real trust. I've just got to trust that it's all working out perfectly, not just on some higher intellectual level, but in my every waking moment. I need to get back to that place and space and trust of being a divine child who is sublimely held in perfection in every moment. And so it's really about letting go and giving in. And I'm not saying give up your boundaries or give up your consent. I'm not saying any of those things. And I think we need to stand in our power and say, no, this doesn't serve me, or yes, that serves me. But we need to trust now. We need to trust who we truly are. We are the Creator made manifest. We are divine children of the light. We're extraordinary, and we're still hooked into this conditioning and despair and trauma of the old ways, and it's really time to let that go now. And the only way we're really going to do that is with practice. practice. And so with that in mind, I've made a meditation for you which is going to allow you to surrender your deepest heart's desire to the divine mind. And I have to tell you, I've been practicing this over the last week, really surrendering to the things that most frighten me. And of course, what I found is everything's just getting easier, and little things are coming my way that are unexpected, glimmers of hope and light and information, and beautiful things are flowing to me with more efficacy. And obviously the more they flow towards me, the more I trust, the more I surrender. And it's a practice. It really is a practice. You've got to keep catching yourself when your subconscious is absorbing something or running a program that is really not serving yourself or the collective or planet Gaia. So I hope I haven't been whiffling on too much, and I hope that this video has been helpful, and I hope that you really enjoy the meditation that is coming up. It is going to make you feel so calm and so trusting. So enjoy it, and as always, I would recommend that you sit up for this meditation if you can. Please like and share and subscribe my videos if you find them helpful and you think they would help other people. And so when you're ready, I'm going to ask you to take a breath in, a breath out, and close your eyes. And as your eyelids close, feel the darkness that you have created. Feel the infinite darkness that is all around you. Feel the darkness in front of you, behind you, to your left and to your right. Feel the darkness beneath you and the darkness above you. Infinite darkness. And feel how gentle, soft, and inviting this darkness is. Feel that you can relax into this darkness, that no effort is required to be here. Feel the ease of it. Soft, gentle, easy, simple, infinite darkness. And feel how you are held, cradled within it, supported within it, exactly as you are. Nothing to do, nothing to say, nothing to think, nothing to be. Feel your whole body, your whole being softening into the darkness. And feel the darkness that is within the space of your own body, your own being. Feel this empty space within you, full of soft, sweet, gentle darkness. An infinite well of darkness within you. Empty of doing and being, saying, thinking, but full of soft, sweet, comforting darkness. Darkness within you, darkness all around you. And take yourself deeper into the darkness within you, the darkness at the core of your being. Deepen into this darkness. Going down and down, deeper and deeper, into the inky black depths of your own sweet darkness. Dissolving into the darkness. Softening into the darkness. Becoming the darkness. And can you feel within this darkness, within you and all around you, the presence of the divine, that infinite ocean, the divine that encapsulates and encompasses everyone and everything. The infinite divine, the limitless ocean, holding it all. Holding you. And feel your consciousness floating within this infinite sea of the divine. Soft, held, nothing to do, nothing to think, nothing to say, nothing to be. Allowing yourself to feel the divine presence within you and all around you. feel the magnificence of it, the vastness of it. The infinity of it. And as you feel the divine, let yourself know that the divine is made of unconditional love. This divine presence is holding you in love, creating through you in love. This divine presence desires to only give you exactly what you love, perfectly, abundantly, flowing through you. Love. And as you are held in this vast sea of unconditional love and divine presence, you are now going to express to the divine your deepest heart's desire, your highest wish, and the divine who knows you so well and loves you without condition feels your desire, feels the deepest longing of your being. And as the divine brings it to you abundantly, easily, all you need to do is surrender this desire. Hand it to the divine, your deepest wish, your soul's longing. I give in. I let go. I surrender my desire to the divine. And the divine that works through alchemical perfection now flows your heart's desire into the field of your reality, into the ocean of your being. Into the unconditional love that you are made from, that you express from. Let the divine I give in, I surrender, I let go, I trust the divine, I trust the divine. I trust the divine. And the divine flows through me, expresses through me as unconditional love, made manifest.